Hi, my name is Claire Goldsworthy and I am the founder of The Fashion Advocate, an online community for Australian fashion, beauty and lifestyle brands. Through The Fashion Advocate, I support good people doing good things and I am passionate about sharing their good stories. I want to show you that if you have a good idea and the guts to make it work, that it can be done, because I'm here today with another woman who is doing just that. Jess Mendez is the founder of the Cubes.Co and she recently pitched to win a desk space at Creative Cubes in Richmond, and you won. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. How's it feel?
Really good.
Really good?
Really good.
How's it been settling in?
It's been like, I don't know, like an experience that I never thought really could happen, and it's sort of really, it feels like it's propelled the Cubes.Co in this sort of like a bit more of this rapid sort of network building, moving forward. It's just, yeah, it feels like it's really gotten myself, the Cubes.Co, into this sort of wheel of just forward motion.
Forwardness,
really, really
I know
fast.
the feeling.
Yeah.
It's good. So what is the Cubes.Co? Let's talk about that.
Good question. So the Cubes.Co is a temping and recruitment agency exclusive to the beauty industry here in Australia, in a nutshell.
Okay.
So essentially what it does is it supports salons and clinics in beauty, so not in hair but in beauty, so anything from skin beauty clinics all the way to sort of plastic surgeons that are doing skin treatments, in addition to like laser clinics, for example.
Okay, so if someone's got a staff member that is sick that day or something, they come to you and you can fill the job for the day? Is that essentially how it works?
Well, we have, so our clients are salons and clinics, and we also have the therapists. So the therapist avenue is sort of where we probably do a lot of focus on, and that's purely because we wanted to create a different way of therapists being able to engage in this industry long term, and that's probably the main direction that we really sort of started with, and that's sort of just, again, gained momentum of, you know, giving therapists an alternative way of being able to work that's sort of a little bit more suitable to their lifestyle, considering the fact that we are, you know, a female-led industry, and so we do, you know, require some of that lifestyle, work-life balance.
Okay, I can tell from your brows that you've got experience in the beauty industry. Quite good.
Yes. My therapist who did my brows will enjoy you saying that.
Well, let her know, they're really good. So was it your own personal experience that led to launching the Cubes.Co? How did you come about starting your own business?
Yeah, actually quite a funny story. I was working in a clinic or a salon, and well, actually before that, to give you a little bit more background, I'm actually a nurse by trade.
Oh wow.
And so I worked within the sort of the nursing world as an agency nurse as well. So I did get a good idea of how agencies work. So then when I transferred into sort of the beauty world and the skin world of beauty, I noticed that our skills are relatively transferable. And one particular day, I was working with a new recruit who didn't know much about the product ranges, and we had a lot of thoroughfare for that business, and every second, maybe every 10-20 minutes, she was knocking on the door and I'm trying to treat and she's asking me questions, and I remember literally running from the treatment room all the way to the front, and then having to sort of slow down when I got to the front and try and not be puffed while I'm speaking to these customers, and then doing what I needed to do, and then running back and trying to finish. And at that very moment, I thought there's got to be an agency out there similar to nursing that enables, you know, us to be able to pick someone or have a therapist in for the day that can support what we need. And our skills are transferable as beauty therapists or as skin therapists. You know, if we know one product range in one clinic or salon, we know that product range in another if they're selling it. So that's sort of where it all really stemmed from.
That's awesome. So you saw the gap and wanted to fill it.
Yes.
Congratulations on taking the plunge into launching your own business. That's really cool. Let's talk about service. So obviously, you know, beauty, and it's a service-based business.
Yes.
I have literally been in a massage face down before, and my masseuse took a phone call mid-massage. She was, you know, working with one hand, and it was absolutely horrible. Never went back.
Shocking.
Super shocking.
Yeah.
How do you vet your therapist to make sure that, you know, your standard is kept?
They're not going to take a phone call mid-massage, which is not good. So the way we vet essentially is that the therapists that come in, we always have a face-to-face interview. We do have reference checks on them as well, and we, in some cases, will also do trade tests. So particularly with the higher, more clinical and medical type treatments, we will be doing the trade tests on them. But for sort of the traditional beauty treatments, we'll do like the reference checks. We also meet them face to face, and it isn't just about the skills that they have, but it's also about their attitude and their energy. I'm really about sort of energies and how people work together, and often when you are meeting someone face to face, you do get a bit of an understanding of, you know, their character and how they represent themselves. I guess one thing about that in particular as well is that these therapists are representing themselves at the end of the day. So if they were to take a phone call, I couldn't do anything about that at the time, but in future they wouldn't be booked for more shifts, which means so it's in their best interests to make sure that they, you know, represent themselves, because they are, and, you know, the therapists go, but, you know, themselves, because they're working essentially for themselves. We're just doing that, we're connecting the two.
Kind of connecting, yeah. So what kind of therapist, what are we, I know you mentioned it before, even through to plastic
so
surgery.
The way, not the surgeon itself, but we support them with therapists. So the types of therapists that we work with would be beauty therapists. So beauty therapists being, you know, traditional beauty therapists. So waxing, you know, tinting, nails, massage, makeup, that sort of thing. We also work a lot with, or the predominant amount of therapists that we work with would be diploma qualified beauty therapists with laser safety certificates, because they're the ones that we that have a lot of demand, essentially. So they're the ones that will do a lot of the laser hair removal treatments, for example. And then we also work with dermal therapists and dermal clinicians. So dermal clinicians have the Bachelor of Dermal Science. They've been at school for 4 years learning, becoming specially trained in skin. And
that's why my dermal clinician charges me so much.
That's exactly right.
Makes sense now, but they're the kind of people you want working on your skin.
100%. So they are experts. They know all about anything from wound healing all the way up to, you know, the interactions of particular cosmeceutical ingredients in your skin and why that's happening, and, you know, the laser light physics. All of those things, they're, you know, they are experts in their respective field, and they should be seen as that, definitely. Okay.
And through your business, you also support...
So sorry, I missed one thing, and cosmetic nurses.
Okay.
I'm a cosmetic nurse and I missed it.
Forgot about yourself.
I did, that's hilarious. So cosmetic nurse. So cosmetic nurse will then do the inject as well. So they'll do the Botox and the fillers, and they do quite a lot of the medical grade things as well. I think they can do PRP, for example, and withdrawing blood and mixing it up and then injecting, needling back.
Okay, so it's you sort of represent the higher end as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely. And that's really good, a good way of looking at the vastness of this beauty market, because it isn't just, you know, doing people's brows and tints anymore and waxing. You're looking at full-fledged professional or health professional clinicians that are treating results-based sort of modalities almost. So.
Okay. I'm well overdue for a facial, so I'm going to come and talk to you afterwards about what you would recommend. I'm sure you're looking at my lines, thinking you know where to send me. Edgar's Mission.
Yes.
You support them through your business. Yes. What is that, and why are you passionate about supporting them?
So Edgar's Mission is it's a sanctuary for farmed or rescue for farmed animals.
Wow.
So I'm very sort of passionate about animals. I love them. And I don't eat them. And
are you a vegetarian?
I am.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I basically I saw Edgar's Mission maybe about sort of 4 years ago, and started following them and what beautiful Pam does there. And I just wanted to help, basically. So that's sort of what we do, is we'll take $10 of every new clinic registration, and we put that towards Edgar's Mission. Generally that's in my annual visit, where I go there and then I'll just sort of purchase as much as I can from the gift shop. Or we have previously sponsored little Monty. He was a gorgeous little rescue Shetland pony or miniature pony that wasn't considered miniature enough. He got a little bit too big, so he was sent to be killed, basically. And so that's essentially what Pam and Edgar's Mission does. And Edgar was a pig, her pig that she had. So and he sort of represents the the whole mission.
That's beautiful. I love it when I meet people who pay it forward through their businesses. I think that's a really beautiful thing to do. So what's the most challenging thing about being a startup?
I guess the challenging thing for me, or to start up a business initially, is that sometimes you don't necessarily have that business acumen behind you. You just have that passion and that drive and that note and want to help. So you will try and you do everything that you possibly can, and you may get to a point and you go, oh, I don't know what to do now. And I've sort of just been doing it by by intuition. So I think something like, you know, getting involved with Creative Cubes and MYOB and having sort of people around you that can almost mentor and guide you and have other startups around you has been really helpful, essentially. But yeah, sort of that not just knowing exactly where to go to next has been probably a challenge, and also being a little bit lonely as well when you are working on it yourself.
Yeah. Were you at home? Working from home previously?
Yeah, sort of a mixture of home and then a couple of extra or other co-working spaces.
Yeah, cool. What's the best thing?
The best thing. So I guess it really aligns with my values. So I have had sort of a really good way of essentially trying to find some insight into me personally when I was struggling with business, because I've realised that, well, not business, but with my career, that my values are probably something that I need to work to daily, and if I'm working to that daily, then it won't feel like a struggle. So my business represents one of my biggest values, which is flexibility. So I really do need flexibility and control within my day to be able to feel satisfied and know that I'm sort of happy and I can work to this long term. And so the business has helped me be flexible and be adaptable and being able to change when I need to. That's been sort of one of the best things about creating business.
Yeah.
Really, like at a high level.
Yeah. That's a really good in-depth answer.
Yeah.
Most people just kind of go, oh yeah, you know, I get to do what I want. But that's, you get to work your values every day, and that's a very beautiful and powerful thing.
Yeah. And if you can marry that up with your passions, it's just, really sort of good combo.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything today. It was really good to learn about your business. If you want to learn more about The Therapist Co, head to thetherapistco.com.au, and you know where to find us. We're at Cubes.Co. Head there online. You can find more incredible businesses here. Come and hang out. And as always, tune in next time for more good people doing good things. Bye.